Welcome to episode 2016 of Love Serve Care. Today's episode is going to be an interesting one because you're going to notice for the next couple of days I'm going to be wearing the same shirt because I'm recording this all in one batch because there are a lot of thoughts, a lot of things to reflect on from this past weekend, specifically as my family traveled to a tournament for my son's soccer team, and they had 4 games over the weekend. So spoiler alert, right? There's gonna be 4 episodes talking about this tournament, but I want to start off with game 1. Now, game 1 was an interesting match. Here I come, Sports Center mode, right? It was a tussle between 2 giants, and they had to fight their way for supremacy. No, but all jokes aside, if you haven't heard anything from the podcast this year, but my son's team has had a really tough time this year. They went winless during the regular part of the season, 0-8, I believe. And some of them were close games, some of them were not so close. And this tournament was the last opportunity to really redeem the season, so to speak, and salvage face, because for the parents, especially, and the friends and family that support, it's tough to watch. But back to the game. What I really love from the boys is their approach. They really attacked. They took a lot of shots on goal, and unfortunately, they just weren't able to make the majority of them. My son in particular had a golden opportunity. He just shanked it, and he was really down on himself about that because he knew that that's his shot. He had a clear breakaway. This is it. Him one-on-one versus a goalie. That goalie's cooked 9 times out of 10. This happened to be the 1 time out of 10, and it veered off, and that was that. But our team wound up scoring on a ridiculous throw-in where the goalie on the other team was not paying attention. Like our player went to throw it in, it bounced into the goal. It counts, so it's what it is. But we wound up tying that team 1-1. So it wasn't a loss, which was really a step in the right direction, and really gave the boys a lot of confidence. And for us as the parents, like, okay, it wasn't what we wanted. Really, that we should have beat this team by like 5-0, 6-0. Like they really weren't that competitive, but for whatever reason, they hung around. They were able to score a goal on us and on the team. Not us, I didn't play, but they were able to score on the team, and they walked away with a draw. So that set us up for a position for the second game, which I'll tell you about in the next episode. But this first game was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We had a couple of hours to wait in between for the next game, which was around 6:30. So it was a fun and wild start to the tournament, and I can't wait to tell you more about game 2 in the next day's episode. So with all that said and done, remember that you're born to live your life in abundance. You're the master of your future. You control your freedom, and you have complete dominance of your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits. Take care. God bless. Stay blessed.